Today's mystery guest, please, Vassal.
And Chris, I'm about to reveal today's mystery guest, after which you'll be required to conduct an interesting, stimulating, and if it calls for it, humorous 3-minute interview without any prior knowledge of the subject. Good luck, my friend.
Okay.
Inspired by a listener who just watched the sublime Senna film. Yesterday you mentioned a similarly speedy movie that was on your must-watch list. This fast and furious flick, Closer to the Edge, tells the story of the 2010 Isle of Man TT motorbike race and is shot in a throttle thundering 3D. Your mystery guest today is here to give you a behind-the-scenes taste of the film that puts the move into movie. He's an Isle of Man local who's seen the renowned race countless times and so decided to make a documentary about it. Please welcome producer and driving force behind Closer to the Edge, Steve Christian.
Steve Christian, good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Chris. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thanks so much. And this is an idea that was just waiting to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been waiting to happen for a long time. TT's been going for over 100 years. Yeah, and the Hollywood boys kept calling us with scripts, sending us this, sending us that, sending us the other. But you know what? They were all just so bad. So
what have you done? You've done the real thing.
Yeah, we did the whole thing. We did it in 3D. We did it as a documentary and just decided to do it ourselves, warts and all, and just show people what the TT is all about, you know, how fast and furious it is, how exciting it is, and just what a fantastic sporting spectacle that we've got over here.
So you took the 2010 race as the central theme of your movie, did you?
Yeah, we followed some guys for about 6 months before the race. We followed a few of the competitors, just got to know them all, and then followed them through the whole period from like the build-up through the race and what happened after the race, because some really spectacular things happened during the race, which meant that we had to follow up afterwards. And yeah, we picked probably the best year that we could have ever had, which makes for a brilliant movie.
And so if people don't know about the TT, just describe exactly what it is, how long is it, and the different things that happen along the way.
It goes back to 1907. It's probably one of the greatest sporting events on the planet, you know, in terms of like an annual event. It's a course of 37 3/4 miles, which is run on public roads. So they're tiny little roads with like, lots of street furniture around them, lampposts, brick walls, all that sort of stuff. And the guys have got to do 6 laps of the 37 3/4 miles, and they do it in an average speed of around about 130 miles an hour. And there's some pretty spectacular thrills and spills along the way.
Yeah, and there have been lots of fatalities. I mean, that's part of the story, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one aspect of the TT. I mean, we've had fatalities over the years, but we've also had like absolute legends born here. The champions here and the heroes like Halewood and Agostini and Dunlops and all of those sort of guys.
And now, have you ever done the lap yourself?
Not a chance in hell. No way. Like you've got to be like really, really different to do it. One of the guys we followed this year, in 2010, is Guy Martin, who's just a fantastic racer. And he said to me, his strapline is, "Just because you're breathing doesn't mean you're alive." And that kind of sums it up for these boys. They just go that little bit further to the edge. They're a breed apart.
You say you've got to be different. Another word is mad.
That's one word, yeah, true.
Insane? There's another one. See, the incredible thing about this is if you make one of the laps, which is 37.5 miles long, you've got another 5 to do. So every time you pass the finish line, it must just be a sigh of relief. You're counting down.
I know, can you imagine, if you're driving on the motorway, the concentration you've got, if you're doing 100 miles an hour, which I know you're not supposed to do on the motorway, but if you're doing that for an hour, just imagine, on a motorbike at 100, they're going 200 miles an hour sometimes. No. So the concentration for the best part of 2 hours to do that is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I've got to finish. I've got to be here till 9:30, but I already just want to stop immediately and watch this because I've just been handed the DVD. Listen, thanks so much for coming on. Well done with your film. It's called Close to the Edge, TT. It's out on 3D, Blu-ray, DVD, you name it. It's out now. Thank you so much for being on our programme.
Cheers, Chris. Enjoy the movie.
Steve Christian. Write that phrase down on a post-it note, stick it above your computer today. Just because you're breathing, it doesn't mean you're alive. Ho, 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 ho! Makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck, doesn't it, ladies?